Hey, I'm Rachel, and I'm going to walk you through how to use the sales pipeline tracker. You could follow along with the Excel file or the Google template. I'm going to try the Google template. It is super important for anyone using the Google Doc to go ahead and click File and then click Make a Copy because as of now, you're in view only mode, so you can't actually make edits. Once you do that, a copy will populate and you'll end up on the first page. You're going to want to go ahead and click the second tab, the Prospect Organizer. This is where all of your prospect information is going to live. It's broken down by month, and each month is color-coded. Then, each month is further broken down into 4 sections. These sections are based on the probability of a prospect closing their deal this month. You can use your judgment when assigning probability, but if you're really confident they're going to close, you're going to want to give them a score and say the 90th percentile, and they're going to belong in the guaranteed to close section. If you're not so sure, like 10, 20, even 40% sure they're going to close, they're going to be more like a stretch deal. Right now, you can see it's filled with filler information. Go ahead and delete that, and you're going to want to add your own. It's as simple as adding company name, contact name, cycle stage. Where's this prospect at in the sales cycle? It could be anything from first touch to paperwork pending. Next step in place. Do you have a phone call or demo scheduled? Go ahead and record that here. Deal size, MRR, that's monthly recurring revenue. How much money is your prospect predicted to bring in each month? You can go ahead and change this later, but you should have an idea of how much your prospect's worth. Probability, again, how likely is this prospect to close this month? And your initials, in case you're sharing this template with other people, you don't want to get confused as to whose prospect is whose. Now I'm going to go ahead and talk about the revenue forecaster. This revenue forecaster is highly dependent on your monthly and yearly goals. So each month you should enter your goal, your quota, your monthly quota, in its respective area for the month. And then you also need to enter your yearly goal. You can only do this once, and then it'll populate in the rest of the months. Before I go into the revenue forecaster, though, it is important to note that this process may seem super manual, because it is. There is a way to automate this process, and it's HubSpot's free CRM. You can go ahead and check it out by clicking the link on the first page, or just simply Google it. So the revenue forecaster. This shows you how much money you're going to make in any given month. Based on what you put in on the prospect organizer, you can see that those guaranteed prospects are making this much money. And the ones, if you do hit your potential prospects, you're going to make this much money. And if all of your stretch deals come through along with everything else, you're going to be making this much money. You can see how much your guaranteed contributes to your monthly goal and your yearly goal. This part's particularly useful because you can see just how important one individual prospect is. Say you move someone from a guaranteed section to a potential section, you're going to watch this number drop and see just how important that prospect was and make them a high priority. Over to the right, we see our yearly goal. So after each month, we're going to want to manually enter how much money we actually made in monthly recurring revenue. Then we can see how much that month contributed to our yearly goal. When we get to a point like, say, July, if this number is at 40%, we're going to know we need to hustle pretty hard to make sure we're hitting our quota. We can also get a nice visual by seeing how much money we actually made in a month versus what our quota was. So if we go a little bit further, like, say, July again, we can see wow, we did pretty well most months. We stayed above that red line, but for these 2 months, we didn't do as well, and that we need to really focus in these months to stay above our quota. It's a cool way to visualize it. That was just a basic overview of this template, and again, it is pretty manual, so if you want to automate this all for free, then go ahead and check out HubSpot's free CRM by clicking the link on the first page or simply Googling it. Thank you.